What is going on, guys? Just wanted to make a quick video. I'm back here. I know it brings back bad memories from our regrettable night, but this time I just want to talk normally. So, if that's okay with you, I'll go ahead and do that. Tomorrow morning, I got jury duty down the street over here at 7:45 a.m., which means that I'll just be sent home most likely um, after 8-10 hours like they always do. And I've never gotten a case every single year. I've never gotten one, which sucks because it would be interesting to see one, but whatever. That's what I want to talk about is the dynamics of power. How I still to this day, after studying all these leaders and kings and queens and cults, how they're able to obtain such tremendous fear over people. And obviously, I'm going to think it's related to the Osiris energy and to the dynamic of authority in general and this obsession with authority that people have. Um, as it's almost like ingrained in their DNA to have some sort of bizarre inclination towards authority. And I learned about this lady, this queen named Ranavaluna in the 1800s in Madagascar. Now, arguably, I would say she's the most evil woman that ever lived. Now, obviously, that's a stretch. Who possibly knows? But the things that she did are just unreal. Like, I can't believe this is actually true. But some of them were just really ridiculous. So she would go out on these mass excursions through the rainforest to hunt water buffalo or something like that. And she would require thousands of her slaves to clear the path for her. Like, wherever she wanted to go, they had to build a road in front of her or clear the path. And it was to the point where thousands would reach exhaustion and die. So she would have 50,000 people on each of these excursions. 10,000 of them would die from work exhaustion. Now, here's my question. You have one crazy lady and 50,000 people. Is it really that hard just to shoo the crazy lady away? I mean, arguably, you could say that about any dictator. You could say that about anyone. It's just the tremendous fear these people hold. Look at Putin. You know that when he's in the Kremlin, nobody gets within like 50 feet of him. They sit very, very far away. And if he asks you to address something, I literally saw this with my own eyes. People would stand up, like his own inner circle would stand up in tremendous fear of him. What kind of psychic power is this? This can only be explained as something supernatural. Because if you think about it logically, they could have taken that witch from Madagascar that she killed. You know how many people she killed? Out of a population of 5 million, she killed 2 million of them in 30 years that she was in power. 2 million of her own people, mostly Christians. If you want to talk about Christian persecution, that's the person to look into, because that was as real of Christian persecution as it gets. Now, the 50,000 people on her buffalo excursions, they could have knocked her over the head. So what if she had a bunch of guards? There's always like maybe one guard for every 30 people. They could have taken them over. But no, they were held by tremendous fear of this great Ranavaluna lunatic. She was a lunatic. They were held by the tremendous fear of said lunatic. And doesn't that make you wonder? I'm talking about the spell that Lilith was put under by Osiris. And I can't help but wonder if these leaders throughout history have been put under a similar spell over people. Because no logical explanation makes sense why anyone would willingly follow. And yes, I do know about that Stanford experiment. I know that what that is and how, given the right circumstances, you can get anyone to do anything. And that's a scary thought. Because of the perceived idea of authority. Again, it is something that is unnatural. It is not part of the dynamic essence of what it is to be a soul, to submit to such authorities, especially authorities that encourage you to do evil.